How do you create job satisfaction? You're a physician stressed out by your job, and you've been stressed out for years. Too many patients seen too quickly, too much charting, too many hoops to jump through and boxes to check, too many labs, results, and reports to handle, too much peer review, metrics, and patient satisfaction. And then COVID hit. And all of a sudden, there wasn't enough of the things that truly mattered, the things that kept you and your family safer. You saw coworkers and patients get sick, and some die. Your pay may have gotten cut, trying to find what little stride you may have had before, but you're exhausted. You don't have much left in your tank, and your family feels it. Your relationships are strained. You're suffering burnout or already burnt to a crisp. You do, you know you need to make a change. You want to make a change, but you're not quite even sure what a change looks like. Just surviving is a slog. So that's why I created this channel, to give you a place and a space to ask yourself some simple yet powerful questions. Questions that, if you answer them honestly, can help give you that clarity that you're looking for, whatever changes make sense to you. Now, today's simple question is this: how do you create job satisfaction? From what you have on hand or from scratch? Will you shape it or build it? In other words, if you're stressed by your job, should you learn to love your current job, or should you create a new one to order? Do you find ways of joy in what you're doing right now, or do you strive to get your work in alignment with your values, your personhood, and what you want? Do you hang in or roll out? You know, in my grandfather's generation, any work anyone did was worthy when one did it excellently and it met familial needs and societal needs, right? I mean, my granddad worked in the post office for 30 years and hated it. But he worked hard and he dutifully provided for his family. Was he happy? No. Was he with his labor? Yes, because above all, what he wanted was a sense of security. So he decided to bloom as best he could where he was planted. He found ways to make his work more endurable, and that may be your approach as well. Even under stress, you still believe deep down inside that your joy in your job, I like to call it your job joy, can still be shaped and molded and coaxed into existence with new practices, new attitudes, and operational tweaks. You know, the analogy I like to use, it's like you're at the beach and you decide to build a sand castle, which represents your work. But the sand you have to work with is sloppy and it's dirty and it's wet, it's shifty, it's full of sticks and seaweed. But you know it's still possible some way, somehow, to make it into a beautiful work of art by injecting more self-care and mindfulness, getting admin support to adjust your schedule, and deploying some creative ideas about how to spend more time with your family. And you can do these things if you desire. But others of you might look around in dismay at all the wet, sloppy sand filled with twigs and seaweed that is your job, and decide to pack up and leave and look for new material with which to build your new castle. I am not my grandfather. If I am not happy with my work, I am not living. For instance, I've been writing since I was 8. Words are beautiful and precious to me. But as a doc, I'm supposed to produce a really short but legally defensible progress note in a 15-minute office visit. They asked me to scribble a haiku, not produce a novella, right? Except if I got sued, they would be like, well, doctor, you should have written a novella. What's wrong with you, right? So my deep desire is not satisfied through corporate medicine to write. My work, which includes writing, must include the ability to write in an unfettered way. So I know I need to build, not shape my job satisfaction. And I need to be honest with myself about that. And that might be you as well. I'm going to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach. Oh man, yeah, I'm sorry. I am up to my ears right now with patients. I'm like 40 minutes behind. And oh, wait, please, just a second. No, Mr. Smith. No, sir. I'll be there in a second. Just go back in the room and put your pants on, okay? I'm on my way. Thank you. I'm sorry. I think you were asking me something like, do I want to hang in or roll out? I mean, this may not be the best time to ask me this, maybe after clinic, but I mean, right now you see me struggling. I mean, can't you just tell me what to do? I mean, really, I get it. But the answer is your answer. It depends on what you want, what your current strengths and resources are, what your energy will allow you to do right now, and definitely if you're being damaged by your work. Sidebar, noxious work is bad work and requires a rapid response. When you're suffering from a bad job, it's like being forced to walk through a phosgene cloud with a very ill-fitting and bad mask. So move to fresh air, take ample time to heal, recenter, and answer this question. How do you want to create job satisfaction from what you have on hand in your environment or from scratch? Will you shape it or will you build it? What makes sense to you? Do you want to stay and play in the sand and see what beauty you can create where you are? Or do you want to take your toys and go somewhere else? Do you want to hang in or roll out? So, a simple question for a stressed doctor. Until next time, until our next simple question, I hope you have a wonderful, safe, and glorious day.